today is backtest a robot on the 4-hour charts. May have lost you for a minute as the studio program crashed, but we should be up and running, should be going. Looks like I can even hear myself inside of the inside of my web browser. So in order to keep that from repeating itself, there we go. All right. Looks like the audio is working. Looks like, thank you for being here. Thanks for your patience as we got up and running. Super excited to do some backtesting on the 4-hour charts. So this is inspired by our friend Bill. I'm going to double check that we are still live on the audio and that you can still hear me. And I don't want to ruin anything for everybody as we check that. But you know, it's probably worth checking that you can hear me on the audio. Okay, good, it's back on. Yeah, I went dark for a moment, but it should stay on. We should be all right. There we go. I got it. It's not going to be a problem. I figured out the audio problem, and we're going to be good. Every time I was switching over to the charts, you lost the audio, but we're back on. I got it now. It's all good. I understand what happened, and I've got it covered, and we're back on. Okay. Thank you for your patience, everyone. All right, I'm going to go back to the charts, and we're not going to lose the audio this time. All right, here's what we're doing. I'm going to repeat what we're doing just so everybody's on the same page. And here we go. Number one, we're going to backtest the 4-hour charts, the 4-hour charts longer term. And we're going to do this because the 4-hour charts need less management, and I think can I just think it can be an easier way to do things. I think it can. Our friend Bill in Los Angeles is running the Finch robot on the 4-hour charts, and it's just producing a return a little bit more easily, maybe a little bit more easily without as many problems. And then I want to know if can we keep the drawdown very low. Can we do that? That's what I'm going to check here. That's what we're going to check today. So I'm going to start with trading 1 mini lot on the first trade and then 3 mini lots on the second trade. And I'm going to go for, I don't know, let's just go for like 80 pips on the first trade. Let's go for 120 pips on the second trade. And let's move our stop loss to break even if we get 20 pips or $20. Let's just try this out. And we're going to backtest 1 year as our sample set. And then we're going to see if that produces any kind of return. So thank you for being here, everybody. Glad that you're here. Sorry about the audio problems. I understand now what was going on. Bill and Joel, you can let me know if you were able to hear me when I switched back over to the charts this time, but it does appear that I've got that all covered. And it now looks like we've got some results, so here we are. Let's check it out. All right, so this did make a profit. This made a profit. It doesn't look like it took very many trades. It looked like it took 10 trades total, made $231, and had a $192 drawdown. That's not too bad, but that's a really small number of trades, and it's very difficult to draw any conclusions from that. Let's do some optimization here. Let's see what happens if we go for a larger amount of profit. Let's start with a $90 profit target, jump in sets of 10 and go all the way up to $150 in profit on trade number 1, and we'll keep our break even at 20. Hopefully that will keep the drawdown as low as possible. And we're just going to see if, what we want to know is, can we produce a significant return with a really low drawdown? Can we produce, could we produce like 10% a year with a drawdown lower than 5%? That would be interesting. I would be fascinated if we could produce that. And when we are looking at these 4-hour charts, it's going to take fewer trades. And it's going to take, this time around, it's only going to take like 6 trades. And so we're not going to get a lot of information out of this. Oh, we're already getting some information. So let's jump on over to the charts here and take a look at what's, so look at this. We can sort by profit, $262 of profit with $192 drawdown. So the bigger the profit target, the bigger the gains. All right, so let's keep optimizing this, and let's go from 150, and let's go all the way up to $250 in profit. And let's run an optimization that does that. Now it's only producing like 6 trades total. So when this is all said and done, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to take it and run it in another year, like a separate year outside of this 2017 year that we're doing. And we might find that when we run this in another year, that our returns are just absolutely terrible. So let's do some, just make sure I don't want to ruin anything as I'm doing this, but let's draw some on the screen. So I call this the law of unintended consequences. And what this means is every single time that you make one decision, like increase profit target, you're going to have a consequence. And that consequence might be more profit, but it also might be major drawdown percentage increase. It's kind of an unintended consequence. And so there's this balancing act that goes on between profit and loss and breaking even and everything else. There's this balancing act that when we're constantly struggling to find the right balance. All right, so here we go with our optimization results. It looks like we got up to a $476 profit with a drawdown of 192. I like that. And that's with a profit target of 250. All right, let's increase this again. Here we go, 250. Well, we don't need to do, well, yeah, sure, we'll do 250. We'll do it in steps of 20 this time. And we'll go all the way up to $500 in profit. Let's do it in stages of $25. And we'll backtest some more. We'll optimize some more and see if we can extract even more profit out of the system and keep the drawdown to 192. I have a feeling that when we change this to another year in the strategies, no matter what we discover, the strategy is going to just blow up. I have a feeling about that anyway, that it's just going to blow up. Let's see here. Is it okay? We're testing now. Here, just watch these results come in. It looks like we produced $575 of profit with a profit target of 300, but as soon as we took the profit target to 325, 350, and so on, we did a loss for the year. So it looks like what happened is we got up to the outer limits of how much profit this could produce, and now it's just not going to produce. It's not going to do it anymore. So we'll stop this, and we'll stay with a $300 profit on trade number 1. We'll turn off optimization. And now what we're going to do, here we go. We're going to test the previous year, 2016. So here we go. Now we're going to backtest 2016, and we're going to use our $300 profit target, and my guess is that this is not going to work. And what's going to happen is this entire system is now going to blow to pieces, and we're going to watch the graph as it goes, and we're watching it stretch by. This is very boring because it's the 4-hour chart. You can see there's a ton of break-even trades. Look at all these break-even trades. Oh my gosh. So that's it. I think it had one winner that is responsible for all the profit. It did. But the draw, oh my gosh. How could that, oh, so yeah, it held an open trade open for a while. Okay. Let's go back to 2015 to 2016. Let's see if we can, well, let's see what this can produce. I mean, it's not bad. It's not great either. But it's interesting that it's not producing a lot of drawdown. But this methodology on a 4-hour chart just doesn't produce a lot of trades and doesn't produce a lot. There we go. So there it is. It never, in 2015, it couldn't pull off a win, so it lost money. It couldn't pull off a win. So now let's go for broke here. Let's go from 2012 to 2015. And so we have these settings that seemed to work in 2017, but they don't seem to be producing a huge amount of success here on the 4-hour charts over any other period of time or any other stretch of years. And that's kind of sad. But when we finish this test from 2012 to 2015, I've got another idea on what we can test. And I have a feeling that it's going to be a lot of fun because we're going to go for a much smaller profit target. Oh, look at this. Oh, we only produced $300 over a 3-year period of time for a $442 drawdown. That's just not going to work for us. That's not going to work. Okay, let's just go back to testing 2017 to 2018. Let's get our minds off of this moving to break-even business. Let's go for a much more modest profit target, something like 40 pips on a 4-hour chart. And let's change the pips to the pips to trade 2 to 120 and wait a longer period of time for a second trade. What we're going to do now is we're going to ask the robot to produce a much smaller amount of profit. So here's what we're doing. I changed the settings on the robot. I'm switching over to a smaller profit target, a 40 pip profit target. And I'm waiting a longer time to take the second trade, and I'm not doing any more moving to break even. Yeah, so Bill says, our friend Bill says he uses 40 pips. Oh, look at that graph. Now that is what we like. We made $280, and we only had a $128 drawdown. Okay, let's go from 2012. So that's our settings. We're going to keep those settings, 2012 to 2017. No, I just changed it to the year 2107. We will not be backtesting in that year. Okay. Now we'll just test a 5-year period of time, And now we're going to see if by choosing a more modest profit target, easier to reach from a longer term chart, if these settings that we chose for 2017, which was frankly a terrible year for this robot. So it's a great year if you can, it's like New York. 2017 is the New York of years for a robot. If you can make it there, then you can make it anywhere. Let's check out the graph. It's pretty interesting so far. The graph at the bottom of the screen here is just bouncing up and down, and it's currently in a loss. We'll see if this can pull out over time and pull off a profit. The Australian dollar, Canadian dollar ought to make a profit because it's a currency pair that's two highly correlated currencies against each other. It should be able to pull off profit. It should be able to do that. Oh, it looks like it got stuck in a trade. Oh, it got out of the trade. That's nice. Oh, this is not bad. This is an equity curve stretching in the right direction. This is the correct thing that we want to see. It's not done yet. It looks like it's stuck in a trade again. I don't like it when it gets stuck in a trade. All right, here we go. $597 of profit, but a $3,000 maximum drawdown. That's a total bummer. That's a major bummer. I mean, nobody wants to produce, nobody wants a $3,000 drawdown. Sometimes I really hate backtesting. Sometimes I don't like the answers that I get from my backtesting. I'm not going to trade a system with a $3,000 drawdown. That's garbage. Let's run this through the. Save this as a report. Strategy tester / garbage. Can't even spell garbage right. Garbage. Go over to the Quant Analyzer Pro and just load this stupid report. All right, here we go. So, we made a profit of $596, but we had a drawdown of like, well, it was garbage. I'll show you the list of trades in a minute. Maximum time in trade. I was in one set of trades for 316 days. Yeah, that's terrible. All right, let's go back and you can see the report in MetaTrader. Total net profit was 597, and the drawdown was 3,196. That is not acceptable. Okay, let's just work through this for a minute. What can we do here? What can I do here about this? Okay, I can throw my computer out the window. I could look at when that trade opened. I could look at that chart. All right, let's look at this chart. Let's do that. Let's look at when this trade opened. This trade was a buy trade that opened in July of 2013. Now, I don't know if I can go that far back, but let's see if I can go that far back. July of 2013. So July, that doesn't look like it should be a loss. Wait a minute. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, buy trade, 1.03, what the, oh, it's May of thank you, European date range. Okay, May 7th of 2013. Oh, geez, I can see that. So it bought right up there. So I'll draw a little arrow where it bought. So it bought there. Now it got back there a year later. but it went against us this entire time. Yeah, that's just garbage. Boy, that's just terrible. That's just absolutely terrible. What could I do here? I guess one thing I could do, I know this is, all right, so one thing that it occurs to me that I could do is I could wait longer to take the second trade. And then I could have just a gigantic profit target. So let's pull up the settings here and do this. So I could wait until it goes against me 700 pips. And then I could say that the first trade profit should be like 10, get out really quickly. But if it opens a second trade, I want $500 if it takes that second trade. And then we'll back test that and see how it happens. Bill's off to his daughter's graduation ceremony. Congratulations, Bill, to you and your daughter. Congratulations on raising a child that graduated from something. That's fantastic. All right, so we'll run this back test, and then it's running now, and then we'll just we'll conclude this round of really hideous back testing and a YouTube live session that had no audio. Okay, here we go. It's running. Let's see what the graph looks like. Okay. Hey now. Well, this looks better. This is not bad. This graph looks a lot better. It definitely made it through the difficult period of time. That's a win. That's a happy moment. I wonder what the drawdown is on this. I guess what I was saying overall is that if the system is going to have a drawdown, it might as well get paid for that. So now we have a maximum drawdown, and we'll pause. We'll finish it up here, but we have a maximum drawdown of now $2,000 and a profit of $827. So we did increase our profit, and we did reduce our drawdown. That's not bad. I mean, so we're getting a little bit closer, but we're still kind of far off. And this is how life goes as a backtester. You know, it's not always exactly what we want. I've been wanting to test these 4-hour charts, and I've been wanting to sort of confront the reality of what it looks like and if I could make it work. And this is definitely a zero. This is not going to work. Like these 4-hour charts with these settings, that's not going to work. I'm not going to do that. It's just not acceptable. Something needs to change here. Not every robot can work on every time frame chart or every currency pair. So I don't really, I'm not going to worry about that. But something needs to change about the way that this took trades. And when we come back tomorrow, or Monday, or whatever, when we come back next time, probably next week, I'm gonna figure out a way to run this on this Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. I'm gonna figure something out here, and I'm gonna reduce the drawdown. I'm gonna increase the profit. I'm gonna sort of make this work. And we'll be back on Monday. We're not going to be here tomorrow. My daughter's got an award ceremony at her school. She's been chosen for some kind of award at her school, and I don't know what it is. And I'm going to go to that instead of being here. So I won't see you tomorrow at the same time. But I love you all. Thanks for bearing with me at the beginning of the video when the audio was cutting in and out. I love you all. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now, everybody. See you later.